Oh god, I increased the volume. No, I didn't. I just don't know what I'm doing. Never mind. Hello, 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 and welcome to uh, Old Man Edea's tired and in bed and doesn't want to film live stuff. Also because I'm still on the 5 game winning streak, and I'd like to, relish in that for a little bit. So today we're going to be looking at some older fights that I had that were fun and or interesting. This one is a fight against Lilius, the syllabus that your teacher gives out on day one. They go for Lilius, Karina, Ricardo, Bryceria, Zahak. I go for Sululu, Zio, Aiden, Stene, and Ed. I ban out Zahak. They ban out Zio. I am a filthy Aiden player. Let's jump into things. So, their whole plan is to, get me to S2 with Sululu to proc the Ricardo. But the fun thing about that is I don't care, because out of all of these options, the only one that he can reliably go into is Sululu herself, who will have already done the thing that I wanted her to do. So that's fine. Like, I'm going to blind and silence everybody, except for the Carrick, who's going to cleanse and push up. But now, like, who does he go into? Does he risk the 30% and go into Aiden? He can't go into Ed, because then I'll counter. And he can't go into Stene, because she's invisible. So he does decide to go into the Sululu, burn her, detonate, but hilariously doesn't even kill. Bryceria is able to kill there. And what do we know about blind? It is a joke, so she hits Ed, but that's kind of good for me, because that means he counters. Ed is going to S3 into the Ricardo. Do as much damage as I can. What's her face? Stene doesn't really need to use her souls yet, because I'm not in danger of dying on the next turn. So I'm just going to go ahead stun Stene, the Karina. Oh god, I'm so tired. Stun the Bryceria. Celilius goes into Ed, which is inadvisable, because she brings Ricardo, who burns Ed and counters again. And now I just S3 into the Bryceria, because I'd really rather... I know she wasn't in Guiding Light, but I couldn't remember that far back, so I just killed her because I'm spiteful. So now Karina can either go into Ed, go into Aiden, who they will just miss because they have blind debuff. But instead they decide the best course of action, which is to concede. And that's that. It was a pretty good fight, but let's see some more. So in this fight, I had let Knackle free, which is probably a mistake, but we'll find out. They go for Aiden, Knackle, ML Ken, AOL, and Violet. I go for Arwell, Zahak, Flitica, Lethe, and Karina. They ban out Lethe, I ban out AOL. Let's see how things go. So, Flitica does go first, but barely. This Aiden is a 290 speed Aiden. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't think it would have killed anybody, but it was still scary nonetheless. I'm going to go ahead and reset this ML Ken. I don't crit, which is perfect, but I don't, get a skill null on anyone, but that's fine. Zahak is going to push up the Karina. Nope, I push up the Arwell. I lied. I am a liar. You can all judge me for lying. I do that just in case I need to S3 the Aiden to kill her. I don't end up critting, but I do kill her anyway. Oh, bless me, thank you me. I'm gonna go ahead and try to stun the ML Ken. See if it works. It probably won't. It doesn't. Knackle counters. Knackle salvos. This is all to be expected of Knackle. I'm gonna punch her. She resists, but I do get a dual attack, which blinds. However, as we have learned multiple times, blind is a joke. And this hits, and she salvos again and hits everyone but Karina. I am going to strip everybody, though, ideally. I do hit the Violet, but it doesn't strip him, so it's clearly an ER Violet. They're going to heal up. S1 into Karina. They don't get a dual attack. I lied. I am going to blind this. Never mind, I didn't. I am going to kill this ML Ken, though. That is to be expected. I kind of want my Arwell to go below 50% health here, so that I can kill Knackle. So I go into Violet. And now I just have to punch this Aiden. But, as we all know, this is a Knackle. So I'm going to punch this Knackle. Defense break, but it counters. Okay, as long as it doesn't salvo. Okay, it's salvoed, and now it won't die to the punch damage. So it literally should have been dead. It actually should have been dead. Also, she salvos again. She went 4 for 4 on salvos. But don't worry. It gets worse. I probably should have gone into Violet here, but I was just very upset at this point. Understandably so. So they're going to hit Arwell, and now they're going to go into Zahak, because obviously he can hit a Violet. So they're just going to S1. Karina, if you could punch him. I do punch. He doesn't gain back that much health, and he ends up taking a lot more. I do hit with the Flitica and blind him. And he doesn't have his apple available at the moment. But he's going to go ahead and hit. And then, if you can say it with me now, everybody, he's going to S3 into the Karina and hit. Because blind is a joke. Yep. So a lot of that fight shouldn't have theoretically happened. But hey, guess what? It did. But I still have a chance if I can hit this. I don't. Because why would my luck be good in this game? Yep, so that was a fun fight. Riddled. Absolutely riddled with RNG. And after this fight, I believe I started banning Knackle again, because that kind of bullshit is unacceptable. I started doing it soon. I think I started doing it. Yeah, it's very, very shortly thereafter I started banning Knackle again, because she is just not a good unit to exist. But we can do one more. There's something very satisfying about beating Seal Elias, and I mean, I want to show off when I beat Seal Elias. So yes, this is a win, but I'll still put the cat up just because you like seeing the cat. But hey, I picked Knockwall, and then I last picked Zeo because to counter the Seal Elias, and the Seal Elias banned the Zeo because boo-hoo, scary, etc., etc. They're going to push back the Flitica, but my Knockwall is actually faster intrinsically than the Bryceria, which is great because now I get to S3. And this prevents the AOL from cleansing if I land it, which I do. I don't really have anyone that I want to bind necessarily, so I'm just gonna push back the Watcher Shuri. AOL doesn't have her S3 because I reset her. Bryceria doesn't have her S3 because I reset her. They can't go into Ed. They can't really kill Flitica. So I think they just S1 into R wall. They don't get the silence, which is hilarious and great and good. And now they're kind of stuck a little bit. Because Watcher Shuri is really their only big means of damage. They're going to go into Flitica, but that's obviously not going to be enough. AOL can't do her S2, so I'm just going to go ahead and get the Bryceria out of stealth. She is a menace to society. The Bryceria. I don't know what names I'm saying anymore. I am going to reset the AOL because I hate her. And then they give up. Because Watcher Shuri was going to die, and Bryceria can't solo Ed. Ever. So yeah, that was a good fight. Thank you for watching these videos. Hopefully you enjoyed them. Despite the bad RNG. And the good RNG. But, yes, I love each and every one of you. Thank you, my lovely Jonai, and I will talk to you on the next one.